Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Weird Movie Recap. Today, I'm going to explain the first episodes of Squid Game Season 2. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button so you don't miss a thing when the next season drops. Are you ready? Let's dive in. We catch up with Gi-hoon at the airport. He's dyed his hair bright pink, which totally reminds us of the guards' uniforms. Just as he's about to board a flight to the US, he gets a mysterious call, and it startles him. Is someone following him? He spins around, checking in every direction. The voice on the line tells him there's nowhere to run. He should get on that plane and forget the game once and for all. But Gi-hoon's made up his mind. He's going to end this nightmare.
I swear I'll find you.
He starts to suspect there's a tracker inside him. He jumps in a taxi, buys a box cutter at a random shop, then heads into a public restroom. There, he pats himself down all over. He finds the tracker hidden behind his ear and rips it out until a kid suddenly cuts him off.
I'm sorry, kid.
But why is he totally naked though? Meanwhile, in a hospital room somewhere else, Detective Jun-ho suddenly wakes up, after months in a coma. His mother bursts into tears, overwhelmed with relief. 2 years go by. Jun-ho's back on duty, trying to move on with his life. He pulls over a scooter driver who's riding without a helmet. While he writes the guy up for a $15 ticket, the guy's girlfriend tries to flirt her way out of it. But Jun-ho's not playing along. The guy takes the ticket, ditches the girl, and rides off alone. A bit later, Jun-ho gets invited to lunch by his boss. The chief asks Jun-ho if he remembers the face of the man who shot him. But Jun-ho lies. He says no.
No.
Not because he forgot, but to protect his brother. Over the meal, the chief offers him a spot back on the major crimes unit, but Jun-ho's still bitter. No one believed his story about the Squid Game. With no solid proof, just a bullet still lodged in his shoulder, his claims were dismissed as nonsense. He lost all his photos and videos when his phone sank to the bottom of the ocean. That same night, a young couple is looking for a place to crash. They stumble across an old, abandoned motel.
Hello? Anyone there?
The girl wants to leave. She says she knows a place that's more fun, which pisses off her boyfriend right away. As they walk off arguing, we discover someone's been watching them the whole time. It's Gi-hoon. He's holed up inside that same motel, one he secretly bought with his prize money. Suddenly, the doorbell rings, but no one shows up on the cameras. Startled, Gi-hoon grabs his gun and moves cautiously toward the door. Someone slides a business card underneath. Gi-hoon flings the door open, gun raised, and comes face to face with the front man, holding the severed heads of friends of him. Gi-hoon pulls the trigger. But it was just a nightmare, and the doorbell rings again. Gi-hoon checks the monitors. This time, it's someone real. His former loan shark. It's later revealed that now he works for Gi-hoon. His mission? Find the recruiter, the infamous salesman who hands out those mysterious invitation cards. The problem? It's been 2 years and they've found absolutely nothing. Some of his men are starting to doubt the whole story. Gi-hoon hands him a heavy bag full of cash. He tells him to hire more people, widen the search. He also explains that he was recruited 3 years ago around this same time of year, which gives us a clue about the timeline.
When I got that business card 3 years ago, it was around this time of year. If I miss this opportunity, then that's a whole nother year I have to wait.
The loan shark hops into his van and gets straight to business. He tells the team to stay on high alert. They'll need more manpower, more eyes on the ground. Some of the crew are skeptical. To them, it all sounds like a paranoid fantasy, but the loan shark isn't backing down. He reminds them that a lot of debtors have disappeared over the years without a trace. Then he drops the bomb. Gi-hoon is offering a 1 billion won reward for whoever finds the salesman. That gets everyone fired up real fast. The next morning, Jun-ho is out at sea, continuing his search. He's with a fishing boat captain. It's revealed that he's the same man who rescued him after he was shot and nearly drowned. They've already scouted almost every island nearby, still hoping to locate the mysterious island tied to the games. Meanwhile, the loan shark's new recruits are given one clear mission: track down a man in a sharp suit, holding a briefcase full of cash and a stack of recruitment cards. To sweeten the deal, the boss adds a little bonus: 500 million won for whoever finds him first. The team scatters across subway stations, sending regular updates straight to Gi-hoon's phone. But their behavior quickly draws attention. They start questioning random people, copying the slap scene, and checking every businessman's briefcase. Elsewhere, Jun-ho dives near one of the suspected islands. Another dead end. Just more wasted effort. He and the captain return empty-handed. day after day, both Gi-hun and Junho keep digging, more frustrated, more desperate. Eventually, Junho starts to question everything. He feels like he's wasting the captain's time. Worse, he can't even afford to pay him anymore. After having shrunk the city, they finally spot the salesman, right in the middle of playing the slap game with some random guy in the subway station. They call Gi-hun right away. He tells them to follow him quietly. He's already on his way. Meanwhile, a new player gets the infamous business card. He stares at the number, hesitating. His phone vibrates. It's his pregnant girlfriend, Jun-hee, calling from a clinic. He doesn't pick up. We find out she has received the same card too. Since her boyfriend won't answer, she makes a shocking choice. She leaves the clinic without her exam and decides to join the game.
Is there a Miss Kim Jun-hee here?
The salesman buys a huge load of bread and scratch-off lottery tickets. The loan shark's men tail him, keeping him under close surveillance and reporting every move. In a park, the salesman approaches a homeless man sleeping on a bench. He gives him a choice, a piece of bread or a scratch-off ticket, but only one. The man picks the ticket, scratches it, nothing. No prize, tough luck. Eventually, he throws the leftover bread to the ground and snaps.
I'm not the one here who wasted this. That was you people.
He stomps on the bread in front of the shocked, hungry crowd. Then he lifts his head and exhales, like a weight just left his chest. At the same time, Gi-hun gets pulled over for speeding. The cop, none other than Junho, with his rookie partner. Junho uses it as a training moment, so he lets the rookie take the lead. But just then, the salesman hops into a cab, forcing Gi-hun's men to grab another car and follow. They immediately send Gi-hun the new location. Gi-hun takes the ticket, then drives off. Meanwhile, Junho checks his phone and realizes the driver was Gi-hun himself. He still remembers the player 456.
Sung-gi-un, I think you can help me. I'm looking for my brother.
As they think they'll loose the salesman, the guys decide to act ignoring Gi-hun warnings. They try to corner the salesman, but he takes them out in seconds. Clean. Back at the station, Junho runs a background check on Gi-hun through the police database. Turns out the car's registered to a shady company called Sunshine Capital. He notes down the address. Gi-hun finally arrives at the spot, but there's no sign of his men. On the rooftop of a building nearby, the salesman watches silently, hidden while Gi-hun looks around searching. Later, back at Gi-hun's hideout, the salesman has tied up the loan sharks. He tells them he's got a fun little game in mind, something truly original. Rock, paper, scissors. But with a twist, the loser plays Russian roulette.
Rock, paper, scissors -1. Two-handed rock, paper, scissors. Take one hand back. If the one you keep beats their hand, you win. But if you lose...
The sociopath starts the game. The loan sharks are trembling, their screams muffled by the duct tape. The loser faces the revolver. The salesman pulls the trigger. Click. Empty chamber. The game goes on. To raise the stakes, the salesman loads 4 bullets, leaving just 1 empty chamber. The men are terrified, but they can't back out. Realizing only 1 bullet remains, the boss breaks the rules to protect his man. He loses the next round and sacrifices himself. Disqualified. With no hesitation, the salesman shoots him in the head. Then, he turns to the survivor. Elsewhere, Junho keeps digging and finally reaches the address. It's actually the loan shark's offices. He slips inside quietly. There, he finds the mannequin dressed in a suit and pinned to the chest. One of those cards. As he searches the area, someone walks in mid-call. Junho hides and listens. The man explains where the boss last saw the salesman, then orders the team to grab their guns and regroup. Once alone again, Junho resumes searching. He finds a set of documents with a new lead, the address of the motel where Gi-hun's hiding. When Gi-hun returns to the motel, something feels off. This time the neon sign outside is lit, a bad sign. He enters carefully, and there he is, the salesman, waiting calmly in his room like it's nothing.
It's been a while, Sung-gi-un.
He tells Gi-hun he's just a messenger. His only job is to hand out invitations.
All I did was extend the invitation. I'm just a delivery man.
Gi-hun demands to meet the person he works for, but the salesman refuses. As the conversation goes on, the salesman opens up about his past. Back in the day, he worked the games to just another masked grunt with a circle on his face. His task? Burn the bodies of eliminated players. He did his job well, moved up the ranks. They gave him a gun, some authority. Then came the day they told him to execute a player. It was his father.
My dad.
And still, he didn't hesitate.
I shot him, bang, right in the middle of his forehead. That's when I knew.
This guy is broken beyond repair. Meanwhile, Junho arrives outside the motel. He parks a little ways off and watches, waiting for the right moment. The salesman pushes Gi-hun one last time. Russian roulette without spinning the cylinder between turns. One of them is guaranteed to die within 6 shots. Gi-hun agrees. First shot, Gi-hun. Click, empty. Second shot, the salesman. Still empty. The salesman smirks.
You know, Mr. Sung, I've always wondered how you made it out of there alive, considering just how terrible a Dakji you were.
Despite the provocation, Gi-hun doesn't flinch and pulls the trigger. They go again. The Dakji man retaliates. Only 2 chambers left. 50-50 chance now. In that split second, the Dakji man truly believes victory is his. He's a seasoned player after all.
The odds that gonna kill you are 1 in 2 now.